Welcome everyone to the Avengers podcast where we're talking Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Torrin, and with me is my co-host, Peyton.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Saw The Godfather again for the second time.
Yeah?
Way better on a rewatch, even though I did fall asleep at like two parts. Dude, I had eaten way before before the movie started, and that shit hit me quickly. But luckily, through the second act, I was able to stay awake for the rest of the movie, and it was really good. Better pace this time. Now I gotta find the strength in me to watch part two.
It's 3.5 hour movie.
Yeah, just like watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'll talk about The Godfather in a minute, but yeah. So you saw The Godfather. You see anything else?
Well, good thing I log in everything on my letterbox. So besides watching The Godfather again, I watched Blade Runner 2049 along with the other short films like 2048, Nowhere to Run, 2036, Nexus Dawn, Blackout 2022, and the original Blade Runner from 1982. Then I watched Drive and The Nice Guys, along with Snowpiercer, Wolf of Wall Street, Top Gun, Curtains, which is like a slasher film, Knives Out, Shaun of the Dead, Boondock Saints, Zodiac, The Gray Man, Uncharted, Fight Club,
Jesus,
Chef, and Prey.
Chill.
All those movies was from August all the way up to September now.
So as you can see, Torrance in binge mode again.
Yeah, I'm in this right now.
Yeah.
I have my moments where I'll just binge like so many films, and then like I'll just take a break because I'm burned out. I just want to watch YouTube, and then I'm back at it again.
Yeah, I was in binge mode during Breaking Bad and stuff, and now I'm in break mode.
Yeah, I think like my other binge mode was back in March during spring break. I had watched at least probably like 20 movies in the month of March alone. And yeah, it was insane.
Still got a whole ass watch list I need to get through. But yeah, I watched stuff too on a much smaller scale, but I also watched The Godfather finally. God, I wanted to like it more. I really wanted to like it more, but I don't know. Like, it was good. Like, it kept me somewhat entertained through. It was just some, mob bossery going on. But you know what? What's his name? The main guy, Vito Corleone, right? That's his name?
Yeah, Vito.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to sound like that.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting.
It like his voice got harder to hear during like in the third act, but it made sense because considering that was after he got shot like 5 times in the fucking back. So
yeah, like it made sense, but like when I was, because obviously I'd never seen The Godfather, and then like I'd seen like memes and stuff, like specifically the "look how he massacred my boy" thing, but it's always like a GIF or a screenshot. It's not like the actual clip. So yeah. I'm just like projecting a voice onto him, and I thought it would be like a lower pitch, like Joe Pesci or something. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give him an offer he can't refuse, like that kind of thing. not look how he massacred my boy. Where's Mike? Give me Mike. I'm making him an offer he can't refuse. Like it was so breathy. Like, it was fine. It just caught me off guard.
I'm wondering why. Oh, well, apparently Marlon Brando did return for The Godfather Part 2 because he's getting mistreated by Paramount during the production of the first film. Because that's why I made it. I was like wondering, like, Marlon Brando was like such a good Vito that like, why do they? Because Robert De Niro plays Vito in Part 2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, because like I was looking at the cast of Part 2, and I was like, why the fuck is Robert De Niro there? Like, why isn't Marlon Brando there? Because of course, like, Part 2 acts like as a prequel as well. As
so he's like playing a younger version.
Yeah, he's playing like a younger version.
That makes sense.
But it's also one of the things where it's like, you know, like why isn't Robert De Niro like? I mean, like I in my mind I thought like Robert De Niro was playing like the Vito that we see like in the first one, but like it's younger.
Did they age up Marlon Brando though?
They did, yeah. So I think like
so couldn't
Marlon
Brando just play a younger version of Marlon Brando?
Because Marlon Brando at the time, I think he was like 50 when he was doing The Godfather. Or like 40, or just about to turn 50 or something.
Makeup's a beautiful thing.
Actually, no. I think he was in his 40s. Because I think Marlon Brando died in 2004. He was born in 1924.
And Godfather 2 came out in...
No, Godfather 1 came out in 1972. So...
And he was born when?
1924, yeah. So he was 48.
He was 48, yeah.
48. So yeah, that was right.
He's still going to play younger him. But yeah. Robert De Niro's cool, so...
Robert De Niro is cool. And he's like not that much older than like Al Pacino. Yeah. Godfather is good.
Wanted to like him more.
I'm really like hoping I hope that I'm part of the majority that likes the second one more than the first one, but also loves the first one a little bit better because that's what I've heard the second one does to it. Like because of what happens in the second one, it makes the first one
like part 2 is so good, but it also recontextualizes the first one, which makes it better inherently. Yeah, and the Godfather Part 2 is considered like the best sequel of all time compared to like film critics and you know, of course, like, you know, before I watch it, I still think it's Empire, but hopefully that changes my mind. God, I hope I like it. I don't want to be the guy that is just kind of on the Godfather. I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, because you know, like if you get told, I mean, if someone were to be like, I don't like the Godfather in public, you're probably gonna get crucified. Exactly. Because like, you know, like we've said before, it's fine to not like things. You know, it's fine to be in the minority sometimes, but like, people go fucking absolutely nuts over the Godfather. Like, it's insane. I'm very neutral. Like, I like the movie a lot. I think it's really good, but like, I wouldn't say it's the best movie of all time for me. Like, top 10? Is it top 10? No, but can be up there once I watch more movies. Or part 2 recontextualizes it for you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. God, I hope that's the case. And I was planning to like watch part 1 and then the next day watch part 2. But literally the day I watched part 1, it was getting taken off that streaming service. I think it was Paramount Plus. Oh, Paramount Plus. That makes sense. I was like, bruh. Like I watched it August 31st and it was like leaving August 31st. Oh my God. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm not going to watch like a 2.5 hour movie, then a 3.5 hour movie back to back. It's not going to happen. So I'm just like, I think it's on Showtime now, but I don't fucking have Showtime. Oh, I have Showtime. So what? Good. Yeah, I have Showtime. I just screen record it. I'm just kidding. Screen record it. But like, yeah. And then I might watch the whole trilogy, but I heard the third one is not that good compared to the other two. Yeah, and you know, there's a spoiler in the title, which is cool, I guess. Really? Yep. Yeah, avoid the title. Sorry, I gotta. At least I think it's a spoiler, unless it's like, well, I think it might be I think it is because I haven't seen part 2. My assumption is it's a spoiler for part 2, and so by the time part 3 came out, the title made sense. Don't look at the title. Well, I think. Oh yeah. I saw it. I mean. Oh no. Well, like I mean, I assume it happens, but why would they do that? Well, there's other ones that just say part 3, and there's some that are like part 3 and then that. So I don't know. I just maybe it's like a future thing. They're like, well, everyone's seen The Godfather by now. Which, you know what, like, fair, like, I'm not mad about it because it's decades old at this point, so it's like it's my fault, really. But
not part 3 came out in 1990, and part 2 came out in 1974. Shit, so it's long ago. Oh my god!
Imagine the hype when part 3 came out.
The
Star Wars of its day, the prequel of its day. People are like, we haven't seen something like this since the 70s.
Crazy. Yeah, man. That is like Godfather for us right now.
Yes.
And like, you know, we're gonna, whenever we get to part 2, let's definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, Payne's gonna give The Godfather a rewatch once he watches part 2.
I never agreed to that.
You just said that.
Nope.
You said you rewatched The Godfather after you watched part 2.
I never said that.
Screenshot our Snapchat messages right now. Well, just before you fucking delete this shit too.
Yeah, currently, look, I give The Godfather Part 1 a 7 out of 10, which just sounds so awful coming out of my mouth.
Feels illegal, right?
It does feel illegal, but
like it's one of the things where it's like, for me, it's like, I think it's fair to say, because like it is a first viewing of it, right? And it is a first viewing, and you want to see the second one for it to change it. So I think that's a good thing to stand on, right? Now, it'd be fucking a sin if you said like The Godfather was like a 5 out of 10. I probably like would have to call the film those on you.
Yeah, because like it's a good movie. Objectively, it's a good movie.
Definitely a great movie.
I was expecting, you know, top 5 of all time.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair to say. What was the hardest death for you in The Godfather?
Well, I will say that when Vito gets shot like 5 times at the beginning, I was fucking laughing. I was like, ain't no way.
No, because like for me, like I was shocked. Like when I first watched it, I was like shocked for all of the deaths, or just because of the fact that happened, right? But I was so shocked that they were going to quote unquote kill Marlon Brando, like in the beginning of the movie. But I thought so. I was like, you know, that doesn't make sense, because like he has to say, "Look how they massacred my boy." So
yeah,
obviously he has to live. So I was like, damn. But like, even like, I forgot his name. One of the guys in the movie said this. I'm like, yeah, he got caught lacking. Like,
yeah,
he was slipping.
I was like, bro, just buying some fruit. Like, y'all ain't got more protection than that.
But the thing is, too, like Fredo is the worst son ever. He let his dad get shot, bro.
Yeah, true. Bro just stood there.
Dude, but I can't stop looking at his forehead, bro. He's mega mind.
Oh, you know what? You know what I thought was cool when Al Pacino, Walter White pulled a Walter White and killed a bunch of, all the lead mob bosses in like 2 minutes. I was like,
all the 5 families. Yeah, that was
okay. Well, now I'm like,
awesome.
Did Breaking Bad were they inspired by that? Or was that just like, let's do this thing, and it just happens to be similar to The Godfather?
I think the saddest death for me is Sonny.
Which one's that one? Oh, I remember. Didn't he beat that girl though?
He didn't beat anybody up. No,
I thought he beat that girl.
He didn't beat a girl. His sister got beat. No. You're thinking about Carlo. The one that was married to the sister of Michael and Sonny. No. Fuck that dude. He deserved it.
Oh wait, which one's Sonny then?
Sonny was the one.
Remember when he got blasted?
Yeah. Sonny's the one who got blasted out like the like check thing.
Yeah, bro. And then the fucking bro was toxic and shot his body.
Yeah, I know. He was like me in a video game.
Like, exactly. I was like, bro, that's torn right there.
Like, bro, like, dog is like, he got fucking set up, bro, like bad. And what makes it even worse is that he was just gonna go protect his sister, and he died doing that shit. But damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but
and then like not even 3 minutes later, like fucking Al Pacino's wife dies.
Oh yeah.
She gets fucking exploded.
I forgot. I knew that was gonna happen to the guy right away. I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this man's a fucking op. I was like, bro. So, but yeah.
You hate to see it. To shift gears a little bit, I also watched Shaun of the Dead. Finally.
Yeah. I know. And it's really good, right?
It was so good. Better than The Godfather, I'll tell you that.
Definitely has better rewatchability. Like, it's definitely rewatchable. Godfather.
Imagine going into like some fucking pretentious ass film class. Hey, Shaun of the Dead is better than The Godfather.
Oh, but like honestly, like Shaun of the Dead is so good that like Shaun of the Dead, yeah, it's really good and it's really dated too. But sometimes I also think like it kind of was a movie that was ahead of its time, but like only like in certain aspects of it. But I think the one thing that doesn't make Shaun of the Dead like a 10 out of 10 for me is Barbara. I hated Sean's mom.
What'd she do?
She's dumb.
What?
She's stupid, bro.
She's stupid? The person that was like preventing it from being a 10 out of 10 for me was that one guy.
Daff?
Sure.
The one with the glasses?
Yeah.
I liked him better than Barbara for sure.
Oh, no.
He was actually right about some things.
Was he though?
He kind of was.
I mean, he was right. He was right that Simon Pegg his plan was just like sit around and eat snacks.
Yeah.
But as far as like, bro was just dumb.
I mean,
he got everyone killed.
He didn't get everybody killed.
He got everyone killed.
I mean, yeah, like, and yeah, he did. But like, I like there is a point. He does have a point of like, you got to kill your fucking mom, bro. Like just do it. Number one, yeah,
but he was pushing it, like have a heart for a second, like yeah, it's got to be done. But like, bro,
no, I don't have a heart for Barbara. She's fucking stupid. Like,
Jesus.
Number one, like she just has like.
I'm pretty sure she has dementia of some sort.
I don't care what she has. She's stupid. That sounded really harsh.
Yeah,
yeah, that sounded harsh. That was harsh. But I still don't like her as a character
because she was like spacing out and shit. Like I think she's just old, man.
Nah, I don't know. That kind of just. I'm just not a fan of delusional characters in movies.
Yeah, like the guy with glasses.
Especially with like people like. I just don't like delusional characters and like post-apocalyptic stuff. It's just But honestly, Dad got what he deserved. He liked Liz. He got ripped apart. That was satisfying to see, though.
Although when Dawn was like, I'll save you, and then just ran into the horde, I was like, okay.
Right, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. She's a lost cause anyways.
I like Dawn in The Office.
In The Office. You know, we got Nick Frost saying the N-word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you told me about it, I was waiting for it the entire time.
He gets out the car and says it. Oh man, I mean, there's really not
so
much
unnecessary.
It was just it caught me off guard, but like I gotta check a lot of it because it just caught me off guard. But I mean, I can't be mad at it. The movie's like literally almost about to be like 20 years old. So. Damn.
What, it's gonna be 20 years old?
In 2 years, it'll be 20. Damn, bro. Oh my god. It's about to be 20 years old.
I think besides Godfather Part 2, the next God, I need to watch this movie on the list is 21 Jump Street.
Really? You haven't seen 21 Jump Street?
I have not seen 21 Jump Street.
I think it's still on Netflix.
No, I'm definitely not watching it.
What?
I'm just kidding.
And I think 22 Jump Street's still on Netflix too. 21 Jump Street. No, damn it. They took it off Netflix. And you have to have a premium subscription with Hulu, so you gotta find it somewhere else.
Great.
Yeah, stupid. Making you have to pay more for that. 22 Jump Street is on. Yeah, you have to buy it somewhere and watch it somewhere else. get on DVD. Have you seen This Is the End?
Nope. Oh wait, is that the one where they have the house party and there's like the hole in the ground?
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
It was okay.
Shut up. Great movie.
It was all right.
Shut up. I'm probably saying that because James Franco's in it.
No, I'm saying it just because it's one of those types of movies. I'm just not a fan of those types of movies.
I love it. Then again, I love Seth Rogen's like circle of actors.
Like I thought it was good. I wasn't like, I hate this shit. And I was just like, yeah, it's fun.
I don't know. I've always been a fan of like Seth Rogen and like his little circle of actor friends. So that's probably why I like it a lot. Like, Craig Robinson and James Franco at the time. Jonah Hill, like, awesome. Danny McBride. Yeah, great movie. Yeah. I think that the next movie I'm going to see is I'm going to finish with the Cornetto trilogy we're watching at World's End, or The World's End.
You've already seen Hot Fuzz?
I have seen Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to finish that off, and I'm actually going to finish. I got to watch Collateral. One of my friends has been getting me to watch Collateral for like months, and I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it, but it's on Netflix, so I'm going to watch Collateral, and then I'm going to watch Bumblebee.
Finally. God, it's so good. I love that movie.
Because I'm excited for Transformers: Rise of the Beast. There's footage of TikTok of like someone recording like the actual like models for like the trucks and stuff like that. So that's really, really fun. Yeah. Also, like, did you know that the director was a writer on Creed?
I did not know that.
That's probably it's also why I'm excited for that too. And I need to watch Creed, both of them.
I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
I've seen the first one like a long ago, so I'll probably do a marathon of that.
That one's not on my list. I'm just not interested.
You're not interested in boxing movies? I'm more excited.
Well, Creed.
Oh,
because I've already, or not Creed. Sorry, Rocky.
I'm intrigued to watch Rocky only for the nostalgia of it. Rocky 1, really good. Rocky 2, I heard it's pretty good as well. Rocky 3 was okay, but it's still like, holds up. And I think like 4, 5, 6, and 7 are just like, okay, like this is enough.
I think 4 people are like, this is dumb, but we like it. And then 5 was horrible. I think that's what I've heard. But I've already seen Rocky because I've seen Real Steel.
Huh.
Which is just Rocky with robots.
Never seen Real Steel. So.
It's fucking awesome. Evangeline Lilly, Hugh Jackman.
I've seen clips of it, but not like entirely.
It's good stuff.
It's Rocky 5. Yeah, okay, that's it. There's Rocky Balboa, which is what? Oh, it's a sequel to Rocky 5 and the 6th installment. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3 is coming out next year, and then there's Drago. It's like a to be announced.
I forgot about that.
And there's a Rocky the musical. Okay, yeah, that's lame. Sorry, I'm not a fan of musicals.
Okay, one last thing, because we've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
I love it. As you can tell, we're film nerds.
Yeah.
So.
I went and saw the No Way Home extended cut.
I should have snuck into that when I was at the movies today, my friend.
Yeah, you should have. Because, I think the question in everyone's mind when it comes to this is it worth it? And the question you have to ask yourself to determine that for yourself is, how big of a Spider-Man fan are you? And I'm not saying if you're a fan of Spider-Man, you have to go see it. It's just like, I'm the kind of Spider-Man fan. Like, I have all the movies on Steelbook. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 5 copies of Spider-Man 3. I think I have 4 copies of Spider-Man 2 and 4 copies of Spider-Man 1. Listen, I like Spider-Man, and I really like No Way Home. So, like, an extended cut, you have my money already. So if you're like me, go and see it. But if you're like, it's just like whatever, you're like a casual Spider-Man fan, like just watch the extra clips on YouTube. It's whatever. But like I get like just to go into the theater just to see it on the big screen again, worth it to me. My theater was loud as fuck.
Damn.
The audio was so loud. It was cool though. Like it was so loud that my seat was vibrating. I wasn't even in D-box. Like bro, that shit was so loud. But it was cool, and like the extended scenes were usually because it's like it's deleted scenes. It's deleted. Generally, it's deleted for a reason. And I was like, it was because this kind of stuff is always hit or miss. Like they released the extended, quote unquote extended cut of like Endgame with like one like extra scene with Hulk or whatever, and people were shitting on it because like the VFX wasn't done or whatever. But like if you imagine it with finished VFX, it's one of those scenes that's like, yeah, that didn't have to be in there. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe about half the added stuff in the No Way Home cut was like that. It was like, yeah, this didn't need to be in here. Like there was this one scene where I think it's even in like the extended cut trailers and stuff. You see a little glimpse of it where Peter crawls up the wall in gym class, and then it cuts to Betty doing a bunch of interviews of classmates and teachers, which was funny stuff, but it was like a 3-minute bit, and it didn't have to be there. So understandably it was cut, but it was good. It was funny stuff. There were a few things though that I thought were like, why was this like it should like it's fine that it was cut, but it's like it was so good that like it shouldn't have been cut. And just I want to go too in depth into them just in case people want to like see it for themselves. But like there was one scene which I think most people know about, but obviously haven't seen, is where Tom Holland's brother is actually there, and he plays like a drug dealer or whatever, and he's chasing him, and he, you know, webs him and hangs him upside down. And then a bunch of people are like around him, like arguing, like you like there's this one like Karen lady who's like, you're 15, you shouldn't be allowed to be making these kinds of decisions. And there's another guy that's just like, he's fine, he's doing good stuff. And then Peter's like trying to interject. He's like, actually, I'm like 17. And he can't get a word in, and then someone throws the paint on him. So not only is it just a good scene of him like doing regular Spider-Man stuff, even though his identity is ousted, it's also because the paint on his suit is a very blink and you miss it thing, and it's like all of a sudden his suit has paint on it, and so it makes a bigger deal out of that. And it was just a good scene. Secondly, there was an added scene with Matt Murdock and Happy. Great stuff. I don't need to explain. It's Matt Murdock. So, and then the third scene was all the extra stuff with all three Spider-Men talking at the Statue of Liberty. My God, there was some really funny shit in there, especially with Andrew. He's so good. Anytime I rewatch that movie and he's on screen, I just have the biggest smile on my face. He's so good. I love him. But yeah, worth it in my opinion. And like, it was good stuff. No, there's no Toby and Goblin fight scene. chill out. There's like a behind the scenes thing in that, and people just kind of like expected that to be in there. Like, no, it's not in there. If that was in there, there would have been like, see the rematch of Toby Maguire and Grey Goblin. You know what I mean? They didn't do that. So it's like, I never expected it to be in there, and it wasn't in there. But yeah.
You also got to ask yourself this question: did you fall down the rabbit hole of calling it No Way Home mid and overrated? Because if not, then you can go watch the movie. People switched up on this movie. They were the first ones. People who were calling it mid and overrated, they're the first ones on Fandango stalking it when it was crashing. So
people switched up like a month after it came out. People were like, I don't even. That's an old conversation. It's annoying. But yeah, so that is that. So we've already been talking for half an hour. God damn, we ain't even in the main show yet. We ain't even got to the news. Luckily, there's not that much news. So yeah, let's get into it. Timestamps below, by the way. I should have said that up top just in case no one gave a shit about any of this. Yeah, let's get into the news. So start off with some DC news. DC Fandome is officially not happening this year. They made an announcement that DC Fandome is not happening. We kind of already knew this, but now it's like official. Shit ain't happening, which is unfortunate, but expected considering everything. So yeah, but good news is, some good DC news. Harley Quinn has been renewed for season 4 at HBO Max. I can sleep well tonight. I don't have to worry for now, because it's renewed for a season 4 at HBO Max, and I don't know what's going to happen when everything finally merges. God, I hope it's renewed for a season 5. They didn't say anything about final season, so I'm hoping, but you never know. But moving on to some Marvel news. This is interesting. Penn Badgley is rumored to be in talks to play the MCU's Reed Richards. Now, if you don't know who Penn Badgley is, that's the dude from You on Netflix. Looks wise, I have no idea how he acts in You. I mean, people seem to like him, and people seem to like the choice.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so the only problem with this rumor is there's multiple sources from this, and it's hard to tell it's not like this rumor is coming from Variety or the Hollywood Reporter. It's not necessarily the most concrete rumor. I think one of them came from 4chan, which is not credible at all, and another one came from another podcast. But there was also another supposed rumor or leak that said Glenn Howerton is going to be Mr. Fantastic. It's a whole thing, but I think Penn Badgley is the biggest it could be this guy rumor that we have right now, and just based on seeing the very small things I've seen of him and just looks wise, I think it could be a good choice.
Yeah, same.
I want it to be John Krasinski, but I really want it to be John Krasinski, but if it's not him, I'm just happy we got him in Multiverse of Madness. And Reed Richards isn't one of those characters where it's only this guy can play him. He's not a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool or RDJ Tony Stark situation. Because there's a lot of actors that can do Reed Richards. Because there's literally a council of Reeds. Yeah, true. There's that. And also, he's just an arrogant white guy. He's just so Eddie, Penn Badgley, John Krasinski, Adam Scott, Brandon Routh, Glenn Howerton, these are all great choices. So yeah, if someone were to be I think this person could play Reed Richards, there's really no wrong answer. That's valid.
And there's only I've also seen what's his, I can't remember his name. It starts with an R, but they want him to play Reed Richards as well. His name was Rahul something.
Oh yes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, but yeah, Rahul Kohli or something like that. I see a lot of his tweets on Twitter. He's a funny guy, but yeah, he'd be a great choice. He was campaigning to be Ezra in live action. Unfortunately, he didn't get that. He would have been great there too, but I hope he gets something because he's great. He's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, there's him. There's the dude from The Good Place who'd be a good choice. This black guy. There's also people saying that Steven Yeun would be a
I see one. Steven Yeun as a Mr. Negative.
Fair. But yeah, there's a lot of great choices. So honestly, Sarah Haley Finn, the literal casting god, I don't have any doubts. I know. Oh,
speaking of Sarah Haley Finn, she did the casting for The Nice Guys.
Of course she did.
I was bro, this lady needs a pedestal right now, bro.
She is, as far as movies go, Sarah Haley Finn is number one. TV shows, what's her name? She casts so many fucking shows, and she did The Office and Parks and Rec and shit like that. God, I don't remember.
Looking it up right now. I got you.
Hurry up! I think it's Allison Jones.
Allison Jones, yeah.
Yeah. She's number one for TV. She's fucking incredible. So both women. So yeah, that is that. Penn Badgley could be good. And next piece of Marvel news: Ben Kingsley is going to return as Trevor Slattery in the Disney Plus Wonder Man series.
Yo, yeah,
very excited. The GOAT.
Yeah,
and of course, Wonder Man's an actor, so that makes sense.
Better see Morris.
True.
Maurice.
Maurice. Did we call him Maurice in our Shang-Chi review?
No, they would call him Morris. Did we not?
I'm pretty sure we called him Maurice, and then I think after I was like editing it, I was like, oh fuck, it's Morris. We're calling him Maurice the entire time. Well,
either way, I still want that freaking cutie back, bro. So adorable.
I've been tempted to grab the audio from our first episode, because our first episode was the Shang-Chi review. I've been tempted to grab that and like remaster the audio because the fucking levels are atrocious. But yeah, that's exciting. Any Trevor Slattery, any more Trevor Slattery is a good thing. You can never have too much Trevor Slattery.
Yeah.
And Ben Kingsley, the god. But yeah, that's essentially it for the news. We do have one more thing until we get to our main topic, which I didn't even say. By the way, at the top of the show is, you see the fucking title. Who gives a shit? The topic for now is She-Hulk. Again, we're not going to talk about She-Hulk is in full as a series until about half the series is out. Either episode 4 or 5, so either next week or the week after. Honestly, it depends where Daredevil shows up. If he shows up in episode 4, then we'll do just all 4 episodes grouped up. And if he shows up in episode 5, then we'll wait till then. Unless he doesn't show up in either of those, and then, whatever. But yeah, we want to talk about She-Hulk because I'm sure everyone knows by now there's a fucking drama, controversy, whatever the fucking fuck is going on right now. I am, oh man. Well, I'll start off explaining just in case, someone's listening that doesn't know what's going on. Basically, in episode 3 of She-Hulk, in the end credit scene, there is an end credit scene where Megan Thee Stallion's in the episode, and She-Hulk is signing Megan Thee Stallion to, be her lawyer. And, they, I don't know how to transition into this. They're dancing, and then She-Hulk twerks with Megan Thee Stallion. Great stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. I'm just one of those things to where it's like, I understand why people are mad. The reason I'm mad is that there was no oil involved. But yeah. So you can start off first, bro.
Okay.
You can start off first.
I have never seen a bigger fucking overreaction to a piece of fucking media in my life. I talk about it to death. I came out of The Last Jedi. I think people are fucking out of their fucking mind. But what the fuck is going on here, man? What is going on? First, it was the fucking review bombing, and then it's the constant, the show's woke. It's woke garbage. And then hilariously in episode 3, to its credit, they literally call out the sexist fucks in the beginning of the episode, which is just fucking beautiful. It was so fucking perfect. It was it was literally because a lot of the times when they do those montages of stuff on the internet, it's do people really comment shit like that? Do people really say that? But this one, it was fucking spot on. It's they literally took out the comments from comment section from a She-Hulk video or something. Fucking crazy. It was awesome. Anyway, my God, the overreaction to this, Pete, I think people are mad, and I think the people that are mad are in 2 groups. Either you're a sexist piece of shit, or you haven't watched She-Hulk and you don't know who She-Hulk is, and you saw the clip on Twitter or TikTok or somewhere, and you made the biggest assumption you've ever made in your life. Because people, I've seen so many comments. Well, the most common comments I've seen are, "This is cringe," and "The MCU is dead, and I'm switching to DC.
Yeah, I think it's so funny because like I mean I want to respond to this like to everything. And when people are like, I'm switching to DC now, and I'm like, bro, it's not like they're any better.
Well, like, I was about to say, people are like criticizing, oh, this is so cringe. Whoa, what is Marvel doing? Two things. Number one, this is a fucking comedy series. That's why I'm like some of the people who are complaining about this, I like haven't seen this or don't know who She-Hulk is. It is a fucking comedy series. It's She-Hulk. It's fucking She-Hulk. I feel like the people who are mad don't know who fucking She-Hulk is. I think they hear She-Hulk and they go, Hulk, but girl?
literally like in the episode.
Yeah, like that's not what this is in the slightest. That's never been. I've literally seen comments that say she's never been a comedic character. I've also seen comments say she never broke the fourth wall before Deadpool. Like the fucking like you're literally just making up bullshit just to sound correct. Like, I'm losing it over here, man. Anyway, like the people were saying like I'm going to move to DC doesn't make any fucking sense. Peacemaker. Bro's literally like doing like a weird dance in his tighty whities on some Walter White shit. Like you're gonna look at that and go, yeah, that's fine. And then She-Hulk twerks and you're fucking like your mind's exploding. Like it makes and then someone points that literally the point that I just made, someone will point that out and they'll go, She-Hulk just wasn't executed well. It's like one was funny, one wasn't. You serious?
Yeah, and I saw someone like say this, like someone stitched a video where like JC was talking about it, and someone was like, well, like, you can't really say that like She-Hulk is a comedy character. The fact that it's just bad comedy. And I'm like, that's fine to think that, but don't watch the fucking show if you're gonna complain about it all fucking day. I swear, I don't get how this is a foreign concept to people. If you don't like something, then just don't watch it. And then it's like, I mean, not to be that guy, but of course, like, like you said, like Peacemaker was doing it. We had literally in like phase 1, phase 2, Starkiller was dancing with
Star-Lord
in the final Star-Lord.
Starkiller.
Sorry, I'm that mad right now. But literally Star-Lord was dancing in front of Ronan the Accuser in the final battle. But I'm like, bro, like
I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast. I feel like I've talked about it off the podcast at the very least, and I've heard it elsewhere, and I've even heard it in reviews at the time when the movie came out. In a worse movie, if Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't as good as it was, that would be laughed at. That would be the laughing stock of the MCU. That scene, Star-Lord dancing. Like that would not have gone over well in a worse movie because it was good shit. So it's like yeah, but like people aren't giving She-Hulk the time of day to even consider the fact that maybe this makes sense for the show.
and like also it's like one of the things where it's like because like She-Hulk is a comedic character, they also forget that She-Hulk like is literally involved in popular media. Like she knows what's going on. That's how self-aware she is in the comic realm. But like also like they wouldn't even be mad if Deadpool did that shit. Like
exactly.
Deadpool did some shit like that, they would not bat a fucking eye. And what makes
if
it even
Deadpool
funnier,
did that, they'd be fine. I mean, he literally danced to a Celine Dion song, like all feminine, like it was fine. It was funny, Star-Lord did it, Peacemaker did it. Fucking like Groot on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and people were like I've seen people like literally try to justify like the Peacemaker thing. He was like, well, because it was like because of his brother, like it was just trauma. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like he's still dancing in his fucking underwear, bro. And what makes it even funnier is that this post-credit scene literally means nothing. It's just something that's involved at the end of the show. It doesn't affect the plot. It's just something that's fun.
Yeah, if it was like in the plot, I mean, I still wouldn't be upset, but it's like maybe I'd kind of get it, kinda, but not really. But like, it's literally just an end credit tag. It's not hurting anyone. And also, there's also been people that were like, this show's supposed to be about women empowerment. You say it's about women empowerment, and then you show her twerking? Ugh, you're telling us not to sexualize them, and then sexualize yourself, bro.
Yeah,
way to miss the shit. Fucking point. Like, oh my god, women don't want to be sexualized when they don't want to be sexualized. If they want to be sexualized, then that's fine. Like, that's the whole point. It's like, if they want to, then sick. Great, if that's what they want to do. But if they're just walking down the street and they're sexualized, big fucking no. And in the show, they're twerking they're dancing in her office with no one around. It's not like there's a fucking crowd. You know what I mean? Like, they're just having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's literally not hurting. It's not hurting anybody. Like, and then it's like, if you feel the need to sexualize like women when they're just having fun and dancing, you need to check yourself, fucking weirdo.
Damn, like they should fucking die for having a good time. Like, they're just vibing, you know. They twerked. Yeah. Oh my god.
And like, I hate to say this, like, you know, but it's just like, y'all really telling yourselves at this point, like, if you're getting mad over women twerking, like, you are just like, you're in the closet.
Well, bro. That's the weird thing. When She-Hulk was coming out, when they were talking about doing She-Hulk, when the trailers came out, blah blah blah, it was always like, oh my god, She-Hulk, she can step on me, you know. And then all of a sudden, we see her breaking it down, literally twerking, and people are like, what is this? Like, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, oh man, the internet's gonna lose it, but not like this.
Right. And then, like, you know, it's going back to the episode, that how like it's showing the fandoms, like, and especially what I'm seeing on like my For You page, like, some people would like, they'll make a video just, you know, completely shitting on it, but the comments are like a completely different thing. It was like why y'all complaining about this? Like, I wanted this. Like, why are y'all not like more hyped about this? Like, you know, it's just, I just find it weird, bro. Like, you're literally telling on yourself at this point, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
oh man.
And it's like, to go back, it's like Star-Lord, Peacemaker. If Deadpool did it, he'd be chilling. Like, there's a bunch of examples of this, and you're fine with it. Like, I'm gonna say it, the common denominator, all of the ones they're fine with are men, and the one they're not fine with is a woman. And, you know, yikes. Like, you're sexist.
I'm just saying, bro, like, they just hate women. See, they're in the closet.
Review bombed. Miss Marvel, review bombed. America Chavez, hated. All these female characters they're just not. It's so fucking obvious. They couldn't make it more clear. Like, this is you're all just, this show couldn't have like come out at a more ill time. You know what I mean? Because it's coming off the heels of Better Call Saul, which is it's a lawyer drama. So people see She-Hulk, it's a lawyer show. Maybe they're like, Better Call Saul. So maybe they expect it to be a drama and they know nothing about She-Hulk. Also, you know, the height of, you know, the current political climate and shit. Won't get into that too much, but, you know, talking about everything's woke and shit, and all this Andrew Tate bullshit. Right. Like, all this like melding together, and, you know, at a time where this show's coming out that's very liberal. Not great.
Yeah, and then it's just like, bro, like, and like, you know, yeah, I saw TikTok about this by Jay Sears, and she, like, you know, there's literally other pieces of media out there. Like, if you want to watch like more lawyer-based dramas, like, you know, like, go watch Better Call Saul and go watch Law and Order. Like, and I don't know, man. It's just, Like there's other, like the MCU isn't the only thing out there, but like they're fans of it. Like if you're continuously having to watch something every week because you're excited of like what's going on, then you're a fan, and like they're gonna hate it.
And there's also people that are like, I have to get through all this cringe just to get to Daredevil. Bro, just watch the episode of Daredevil when it comes out. You don't have to watch the entire show. The fact that you're watching the entire show, just, you know, and then just to get to Daredevil, quote unquote, are you really doing that just to get to Daredevil, or are you watching because you're actually interested in the show? Because if you really didn't give a shit and only cared about Daredevil, you would just wait until like the Daredevil parts are on YouTube, or you just watch the episode with Daredevil in it. Like, like that makes no sense. Also, people are like, oh my God, the MCU's fallen off. They're dead now. Everything's so cringe now. Oh my God, they don't take anything. We're getting Black Panther 2 in 2 months. You remember that trailer was like? You remember like...
Yeah, we're getting Black Panther 2 in like, yeah, literally 2 months. And like, did you not see what's going on? Like, literally like what happened at fucking Comic-Con? All the shit we're getting. And not only that, D23 is literally coming up in like 2 weeks. But I mean, don't worry. Don't worry. They're gonna be sucking off Disney.
Here's a fucking wild concept, a crazy concept that no one's ever heard before. They can do different things. Whoa!
Right.
They can do a spy thriller. Winter Soldier. They can do a space opera, Guardians of the Galaxy. They can do a half-hour lawyer comedy, She-Hulk. They can do different things. Wow. Does it have to be for you? Does everything have to be for you? Do you have to watch everything? And if it's not for you, you go, oh, this is trash because it's just not for you? Man, what a fucking wild concept that maybe, you know, this is just not your cup of tea. Does that make it trash? Does that make it mid? No, it's just not for you. Like literally we were talking about earlier, like that fucking comedy movie that Torrin likes, the one with James Franco and Seth Rogen, the hole in the ground one. You love that movie. I'm sure
this is the end.
I'm sure it's cool, but it's just not for me. That's not my kind of thing. I'm not going to call it garbage because it's just not for me. That is literally what a fucking shit mindset that is. Like,
yeah, exactly. And like, you know, me and my friend had to talk about this the other day. Like, you know, I showed her a movie, and she didn't like it. And of course, you know, like I was like, dang, like I wish she had liked it, but it's like, fuck, am I gonna do? Am I gonna like just force her to like it? And like, no, like if she didn't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like things. I'm gonna keep saying that every single week. You don't have to like everything, but like to shit on it, call it mid without even watching it or just watching what's on your For You page or whatever's on your feed doesn't make any sense. Like not everything has to be for you. Like there's pieces of MC content that I just don't like. Like I don't like Captain Marvel. Someone else might. I don't like I don't like Thor: The Dark World. Someone might like that.
There's people that like the first 2 Thor movies over Ragnarok. I think that's fucking blasphemy, but like I'm not.
Yeah, like it is legitimately impossible for someone to like every piece of media in a multi-billion-dollar franchise. It's literally impossible.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's not gonna with the amount of content that they're pumping out, with the amount of content that they've already released. Statistically, you're not gonna like everything. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, if you gave somebody a mixtape with 100 songs, they're not gonna like all the 100 songs. It is like physically impossible. Like they're not gonna like everything about it. And it just goes back to the thing to where it's like, yeah, not everything has to be for you. And like I wish there wasn't such a foreign concept to everybody. But no, you know, they really want to like hate on things just for fun. And
also just a side note, people are like, I wish the episodes were longer. It's a half-hour comedy. It's supposed to be a half hour. Like that's the whole thing.
And it goes back to like what I saw that like shit, what was it? I just had it on my brain. I just had it and I forgot it. But yeah, I mean, man, it's just a wild thing that like people feel the need to like hate on these things because they feel like it, and it's so wild to me. But
it actually makes me upset. And not even like people don't like it. Why won't people like it? Kind of thing. It's more like people just without any thought or comprehension decide to shit on something just because and try to like put others down for not liking it just because either they don't like it, they don't understand it, or they don't care and just want to jump on the hate train.
Exactly.
That pisses me off to no end.
I remember what I was going to say. It's like I saw like, just like a post saying how like, pretty much like why people are shitting on Phase 4 and like most of the shit's coming out right now, they're holding on to the nostalgia of course, the other phases. We said that before, but I'm just getting to it now, bringing it up now again. But yeah, and we said it before, like if like Iron Man 2 or like fucking Thor 1 came out today, people would fucking hate it. Like, and people got to understand that like Phase 4 like isn't bad. Like it's really not that bad, but like not everything in like all the phases were like great either. Like phases 1 through 3 were really good, but like they had some like shitters in there too. Like it's insane.
Yeah, Thor: The Dark World, not great. Hell, one of the worst MCU movies. Iron Man 2, also down there.
Captain Marvel, kind of down there. Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, yeah.
Boring. But the thing is, people are
some would say the first Avenger.
Yeah, someone said the first Avenger as well.
Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3.
And speaking about the Hulk, like y'all need to like, and I like I said, I like Edward Norton's Hulk. Y'all need to get off that man's meat so fucking hard.
Yeah, you're one of the you're the Edward Norton apologist, and like it's all of a sudden people are like out of the woodwork, like
like literally before Phase 4, like people were shitting on the Incredible Hulk, and now it's like, man, I want Edward Norton back, and we need the Hulk back. Like I don't care about Hulk. Y'all don't care about him. Y'all were hating on the Incredible Hulk literally months ago. And y'all look, hold on. Let me get real close to my mic real quick. I want you to get into this concept. 2008 Hulk and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk are the same Hulk. Oh my God. Wait, really? Yes. They're the same Hulk. It doesn't matter. Don't blame Disney. Blame Universal, if anything. Don't blame Universal. They're the ones holding Hulk hostage.
Well, we talked about it. I think I don't remember if it was last week or whatever, but people's issue is with Hulk or whatever, and people are like, "Oh, Disney Hulk, bro." Disney Hulk's fucking fire in the in the Avengers 2012 and Age of Ultron, sick, bro. Especially Banner. I love Banner. I love Mark Ruffalo's Banner, bro. Fucking, I could choke the life out of you and not even change a shade. Like, come on. That's fucking. That's one of the coldest lines in the MCU. Period.
Exactly, and it's just like one of those things where it's like I want you to really think. The Incredible Hulk is it's really boring. Like it's a boring film. Like when I'm thinking about it right now, 2003, Ang Lee's version did more with Hulk and Banner's character more than fucking 2008 did. You're only holding on to the action, but if you really think about it, that shit is boring. There's no reason why Hulk is the way he is. There's no trauma development at all. Like Edward Norton is just a soft-spoken Banner. It's really not that good. And like what Payne said, I like Edward Norton's Hulk. I like the look of him. I'm fine with Edward Norton, but I think Ruffalo's Hulk is just way better. I mean, you don't have to like Professor Hulk, but that's just more into the development, and we're gonna see more of the older Hulk once what happens with him on Sakaar.
Yeah, Sakaar ship. I was about to say, Smart Hulk it's obviously not everyone's cup of tea. Even I'm just kind of I like it a lot more than a lot of other people, but I'm still I do kind of wish we got more of the the big monster Hulk a bit more, especially since, we can't, well, at least until maybe recently, the fact that we couldn't have another solo movie. Based off Mark Ruffalo's comments and based off rumors, it does seem like they might split again, which is exciting. Even though I don't really care all that much about Hulk, I do really like Banner, and I think that's mainly why I'm not that bothered by Smart Hulk. But again, like I said earlier and last week, I do miss that like really secluded, quiet Banner that we had in Avengers 2012 and Age of Ultron. I don't think we'll ever get back to that because he has grown, which is kind of unfortunate, but I still love him. But yeah, I think if people just give it time.
Yeah. You know how MCU fans are. They're the most impatient and over exaggerated like people on the fucking planet.
And I think we talked about in the podcast, the episode with Will, that like the phase 4 is going to be that phase where by the time phase 5, phase 6 comes around, people are going to look back at phase 4 like, oh, if we didn't have this, and this, we couldn't have the great shit that we're getting now, whatever that is. So like it's definitely, this entire phase is like the Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3, the MCU, you know what I mean? Where it's like, actually, this is good shit. and we'll be here going, and I told you so.
Yeah. We're gonna be the silent, pretentious motherfuckers who are gonna realize that, yeah, like y'all are fucking stupid. Because man, people really are stupid, and like I will talk down on you because you're that dumb. But anyways,
I'm ridiculous mindset blows my fucking mind. Oh my god, she twerked. It's the end of the world. like think about that for 2 seconds. Matt, like think about how ridiculous this fucking situation is. You're mad because she twerked.
They get no women, that's why they're mad.
It's because they're women. Like that's like there's literally no other reason. There's no other legitimate reason. It's cringe. How? Like
so fragile and for what?
I think maybe it's because like it's Megan Thee Stallion. Like I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm done talking about it though.
So am I. Makes me upset.
You want to get into our topic now?
Yeah, I logged out.
Finally?
I logged out of TikTok. I'm done.
You logged out of TikTok? I'll take over.
I didn't delete it. Like I'm still on the Avengers TikTok, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, after you page is fucked, I'm not going through that.
I got you. But yeah, let's hop into our topic of this week, which is Star Wars projects that we want to see. And I'll start first with mine. I really want a Mace Windu project. I really want that.
That was literally my first one too.
Yeah. I really wanted to see, because of course with Mace Windu being a Sith at first and then going over to the Jedi,
is that canon?
It would be really nice to see his upbringing. Huh?
Is that canon?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I always thought in my head. If it's not, then oh fuck it. Oh well. I still want to make some new show.
He's some like in between shit. I don't.
The only thing I remember really about Mace Windu was that he used to be a Sith. And he made up his own like fighting style called Vespod or Repod, and he became a Jedi. That's all I remember.
Do you get those TikToks where it's like, what's your lightsaber color, and it's like. Yeah, random.
I always get purple.
I always get purple, and it got to the point where it's like, okay, maybe they're just uploading purple, and I go to their TikTok and they upload like red, blue, green, whatever. I always get purple.
This is black, bro.
Yeah, the algorithm knows.
But yeah, I mean, I always mainly get purple, but I sometimes get like red. I one time got green.
I've never gotten any. I've literally only gotten purple.
Well, I mean.
It's a sign.
Seems like you're the chosen one, bro.
Indeed. I still want a lightsaber.
You're gonna get electrocuted and thrown off a building.
So fucking expensive though.
Right. So since that was yours,
well, yeah, I'd love a Mace Windu series. I don't know whether I'd want it to be like an origin story or maybe, or like, you know, after Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. Or maybe it could be like it's after Revenge of the Sith and we get like flashbacks sprinkled throughout. Something along, I don't even know what the story would even be. I would love to see Mace Windu again.
Seriously. One of the most underused Star Wars characters. Like, I hate to say it, but I feel like Mace Windu is like another, like, in that way, he's like a Boba Fett. So he's much cooler. So I fucking hate Boba Fett so much, bro. I'm sorry for all the Boba Fett fans. I don't like your favorite guy.
I was never a fan of him either.
He's only cool. He only looks cool. That's it.
Yep.
No, not much to be hyped about. That's why his show sucks.
That's why. I was about to say that's why I mostly am okay with Book of Boba. I like his arc in Book of Boba Fett. I don't like the show, but I like his arc.
Yeah, but what's yours? What's your next one?
My next one is a show about Luke building his new Jedi Order and the rise of the Knights of Ren.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if it would be 50-50 or like what would take over the most, but like, yeah, Luke building the new Jedi Order. You know, we get to see the part of The Last Jedi everyone seems to not understand. And we see the rise of the Knights of Ren, which have no development in live action, at least. And, you know, it's one of those things that it'd be one of those shows that actually, you know, adds to the sequel trilogy and would like improve it in hindsight, like a lot of other shows and stuff did for the prequel trilogy. We need more of that stuff. Which, you know, I think there's a big gap between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, so that there could be stuff there too. But yeah, a show about Luke building his new job. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can dive deep into like Luke's character and like a little bit more, so that people don't hate Luke as much. People do not like Luke in the sequels.
Yeah, I know, he's so good in the sequels.
Mm-hmm. But my next one is I want a horror Star Wars anthology series. This goes back into like the non-canon stuff. You know, there's like Abeloth and like space weirds and shit like that. If you don't know who Abeloth is, she's like, in a sense, like this, how can I explain it? She's like apparently like the goddess of like fucking Star Wars and shit. She's like super duper powerful. She has like a crazy like grin and smile with like sharp teeth and shit. That's basically how I can explain it. I lost all my knowledge of Abeloth. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Stranger Things, but Star Wars.
No, because I don't want a freaking cringy cast. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Stranger Things is fine. It's just the fans are horrible. But
Never
yeah, I want to. And the space weirds are like, you know, they're like space ghosts, but they hate the Force, but they still use it, and they're really super duper fucking powerful. They're like, they screech, right? But it's inside your mind, and they fucking like rip you apart when you get close to you. It'd be really fucking dope. I would like that shit a lot. So, yeah, some horror Star Wars stuff, really dope.
Yeah, I never thought about a horror Star Wars thing. We get a little bit of it sometimes, mostly in the animated stuff with Dave Filoni.
And we got a little bit of it in Last Jedi with the whole Dark Ray thing.
True. Rise of Skywalker. And I think we might have even gotten a little bit in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But it's always great when it happens.
True. For sure. But yeah, horror Star Wars, I think that, you know, it would bring great communities together because people love horror.
Yeah. My next one is kind of an obvious one. Well, not kind of. It's probably the most requested one. A Knights of the Old Republic movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? I mean, just the aesthetic alone would be fucking gorgeous in live action.
Yeah, that shit would be fire. I still think about that what was that shit called? Um, the cinematic from like the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still think about that like from time to time.
I was going to say, like, to get that kind of action, I was thinking maybe we get a director like a David Leitch, director, one of the directors of John Wick, directed Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train and stuff like that. I think he'd be a great choice. I mean, that kind of action, that specific kind of action that he does, I think would lend itself really well to Knights of the Old Republic. But there's also, the whole stylistic and sort of side of things, not just the action. So maybe he'd be better as like stunt coordinator and stuff like that. So, it was rumored that they had the Game of Thrones guys set to do a Knights of the Old Republic movie, but then they dropped out or they got fired or some shit, and that kind of fell through. But I don't think people would want that anyway because of how people turn on Game of Thrones. So yeah, I don't really know who'd be best to direct it as far as all that stuff goes. But yeah, as far as the action goes, I think Deadpool 2 boy would be a great choice.
Deadpool 2 boy. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, I had that on my list as well. Because it is the most obvious one. Another obvious one that I want is a Finn series. I would really like a kind of like a redemption thing for how his character was badly treated in the sequels. Everyone, just like myself, love the concept of a Stormtrooper turned Jedi. We definitely got robbed for that. Never will forgive them for that shit. So yeah, I would make it to where like it has a journey.
We finally learned what he wanted to tell Rey.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck cut that out. Dummies for that. But yeah, it would be on the journey of him being like, training to be a Jedi or whatever, but also still having like the flashbacks of like him being like a stormtrooper as like a trauma thing. Finn series would be really dope for sure.
I see people bring some of that stuff up and people are like, well, John Boyega doesn't want to do it. He said he wouldn't return to Star Wars. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, yeah, he did say that, but like money talks.
Right.
Like Daniel Craig said he'd rather kill himself than do James Bond again. And then he did No Time to Die. So
what was your next one? Or was that it?
That was yours.
Yeah. What's yours?
Mine is a fully animated film, origin, whatever, a fully animated film about Darth Plagueis.
Who's Darth Plagueis?
Shut your mouth.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
I'd love for Star Wars to do more animated canon, like animated films. We got a bunch of animated shows, and that's great. I love that. But I'd love to see some animated movies.
We got one Clone Wars movie.
Yeah. And that scared them. They were like, maybe not. maybe we'll hold off on that. But yeah, a fully animated Darth Plagueis movie. I mean, I just feel like a lot of the stuff surrounding Darth Plagueis, I don't know if they could execute it that well into live action. So I think putting in an animation where you can do a lot more things, I think would be really beneficial.
Thanks. My next one is a live action Starkiller series. And people are like, well, why don't you go play the game? I don't care about the game. I want a series. I want to see it in live action.
Sam Witwer?
Yeah, Sam Witwer. The only person I can see playing Starkiller. People wanted Christian Bale. I'm like, no, Sam Witwer was right there. He literally plays a dude.
He's literally the face of the dude. He's literally the face and the voice of the dude.
Like, so.
But he's a voice actor. He literally is in a bunch of live action stuff. He's an actor. Like, he's not just doing animation and shit.
Yeah, people just, they gloss over that fact. But yeah, it'll be really nice to like, just like imagine. It doesn't have to be personal. Like, it doesn't have to be canon. Like, I don't care. Like, it would be still like really fucking dope to see that, just in live action alone. It doesn't really have to be like a retelling of the game. Just like in kind of like Last of Us, it could be just an adaptation, like, more fights, like more character development in that sense. But yeah, it would be really cool. It's just a little fun little project.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like non-canon stories in Star Wars to be told, but I also they'll never do that. I mean, they did Visions, but that's not really the same thing.
Yeah, that's why if anything like on my list, the one thing they could probably do is the horror Star Wars. They could probably do that. I mean, it does have like like Legends content and stuff like that, but I feel like that would be like
well, they're doing a Skeleton Crew, which is that John Watts produced Star Wars show.
That one, right?
Which they said is sort of like Goonies style, but like I feel like a lot of those like Goonies, like Spielberg-esque 80s like kids adventure movies, kids quote unquote, it's more like they're more family movies than anything. They're not really all kids movies, but like there could be some like horror elements in that shit. Like E.T., there's like some weird shit,
right. So
like that a lot of those elements could be in that show. So maybe we will get that. But my semi last one, because technically it's two, but they kind of are in tandem. I would love a revival and a revamp, kind of, because it never happened, but a revival and a revamp of Star Wars Underworld, which is George Lucas's Star Wars show that got canceled that dealt with the underworld, obviously, of Star Wars. So like, like the underbelly of Coruscant and shit like that, and like spice trading and shit. It was supposed to be a more adult oriented series, and it was inspired by The Sopranos. And with current Star Wars canon, it could also be a great show to deal with Darth Maul's reign of the underworld. So
that sounds very interesting,
right? So it could follow. I don't know who it could follow, obviously, but like it could be. The only thing I could really compare it to is like his Breaking Bad. I mean, it's inspired by The Sopranos, but like in the sense that like it follows like a group of people or a couple of people or whatever, and then Darth Maul shows up in sort of like a Gus Fring sort of way, where he is like he's a main character, but he's not the main character, but he is like he has a presence, like the entire time, that kind of thing. I think that would be freaking sick. You know what I mean? I've always wanted that kind of like the fucking, I wanted like the inner workings and like the fucking like shady shit in Star Wars. I would love that. But I was also saying it could also just be a Darth Maul show. I don't think it would be as interesting, but it could be essentially that same thing, but as a Darth Maul show and from Darth Maul's perspective. But I don't think that's as interesting.
Sure. I really do like that idea. I never heard of that until now.
Yeah, there's even like I don't think the entire pilot is on the internet, but like there's like clips of it, and it looks great, especially at the time. I think the only reason it was canceled is because it was way too expensive.
Makes sense.
But like, it's they have Disney money now. But I think some of that like under like the underbelly, like all that kind of stuff. I think not all that, but I think we were getting some of that, just a little taste of it in Andor. So I'm very excited about that.
Fucking dope. Let me see. Yeah, my last one is I would want to see a Cal Kestis series. That'd be really dope to see. But more Cal Kestis. I mean, we're already getting another Fallen game, but like, I like just to see more Cal Kestis. So I have really nothing else to say.
We'll get more, Cal Kestis and Jedi Survivor, but I'd love to see him in live action as well. We got, the Inquisitor fucking place in Obi-Wan, which is straight out of Fallen Order. So, I feel like it's more, it's not an if, it's a when. Because when you get a generally live action actor like Cameron Monaghan, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point. It's like when they cast fucking Bo-Katan. What's her name?
Oh yeah,
Katie Sackhoff.
They say Katie Sackhoff.
When they cast Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan, it's like, and then they modeled the character after Katie Sackhoff. It's like, she's going to show up, right? And obviously she did. So yeah, Cal Kestis. And Cal Kestis is something, hell, I don't, even if it's not his own thing, just for him to show up in something would be awesome. But yeah,
that's it.
That's your list.
That's it.
And that's my list. So yeah, we spent most of the time talking about She-Hulk and also just other movies. But yeah, this is going to be a shorter thing anyway. Mostly wanted to get that She-Hulk shit off my chest because god damn.
Don't be an asshole.
We say that all the time. Just don't be an asshole. But yeah, is that the show?
That is the show.
All right, I'm going to try to do this by memory. Here we go. Thank you for listening to the Avengenerds podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengenerds on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at idzenith_ on Twitter. Where can they reach you?
Nowhere. Follow our social media.
True, yes.
Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok?
TikTok.
Yes. Follow either one of those. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Or you can check out our link tree for all the additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars in your review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to Avengenerds Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.
I fucking almost nailed that.
Yeah, right. You missed one. Yeah, you missed one line. That was it.
I missed one line, but hey, it was pretty good. It was almost there, huh?
You got it, man. You got it.